Hello, my name is Abigail Bernoski, and I'm reporting to you today from DeWitt High School. We'll be interviewing English teacher Adam Woolsey about the effects of AI on our students' education.
Yeah, so my name is Mr. Woolsey. I teach ELA, so I teach mostly AP Lang and English 3.
How long have you been in DeWitt?
This is my 6th year at DeWitt.
Have you felt that the uprising of AI has had any effect on your career?
Definitely, 100%. I mean, it used to be that, obviously teachers were looking at kind of plagiarism or copying, and AI's kind of complicated that process, and that it's academic integrity kind of looks a lot different.
How challenging is it to detect AI in students, and what tools do you use for detecting it?
Sure. I mean, it's incredibly challenging because it's again, it's not necessarily text that already exists, so it's not like you can just do a quick Google search and be like, oh, that's there. It's authentic speech, and the more that AI kind of develops and adapts, the more it becomes to sound more human and more believable. And people can obviously prompt AI to be like, okay, well, sound less academic, sound more human, sound more authentic, and so that kind of presents its own challenges. I mean, the tools to detect AI are not nearly as advanced as the AI itself. That's kind of the problem. So while there are many things that exist, like GPT-0 or Quillbot has a detector, or there's Turnitin.com, and there's other paid sources or whatever, none of them are perfect. In fact, there are a lot of universities that aren't even using them anymore, because there are some times and some occasions that students will authentically write something themselves, and then it gets flagged for AI because AI is just looking for patterns. And some students write in a pattern that kind of mimics AI, and if AI is more mimicking human speech, then those lines start to really be blurred.
Do you think that there is any place in school for AI?
100%. It's a powerful tool, it's a great tool, and it's something that I feel we can use responsibly. I always talk about AI as being used for a supplement, not a substitute. That's my big mantra, is that it should never be used to substitute brain power, but to supplement, absolutely. It's about using the resources that you have, and AI is just another resource. So generating ideas, or if you're stuck on a writer's block kind of thing, it's a very powerful tool, perhaps the most powerful that education or academia has ever had. But if you're asking it to do the brain work for you, then that becomes problematic, because at what point do we stop thinking for ourselves? At what point are we not thinking critically or engaging meaningfully with education and just letting a computer do that work for us? That's not learning, that's just programming.
What do you think AI will look like in 10 years?
God, I don't know. Terminator, destroy the world kind of thing? No, I don't. I mean, I don't really know. I think in a lot of ways, there has to be an ethical limit. So I would hope that, despite the fact that it's becoming more kind of woven into our everyday lives, that perhaps at some point there's a breaking point that we start to pump the brakes. I mean, in a perfect world, I think AI, like I said, is kind of reined in to be more of a supplement than a substitute, because the problem is it's starting to kind of trend in the direction of overcoming human intelligence, and when we reach that threshold, I think we're kind of toast. So
Is there anything that you use AI for in your daily life?
I use it all the time. And in a lot of circumstances, I'm using it to make myself and the stuff that I say, or the directions that I give in my teaching, more clear. I have a tendency, if you haven't gathered already, to be either very long-winded, or to just say things that don't always make sense to students in a reasonable way. To be I talk myself in circles a lot, or even my directions are sometimes what are you asking us to do? I just left my class, but I'm sure they're just completely lost because the directions probably don't make sense. So oftentimes I'll put my directions, I'll write them out authentically, with my own brain, and then I'll put them in AI and be make this more simple, make this more clear so that it's easily understood by this audience, right? A student audience. And it'll spit stuff back out to me, and I won't just copy paste it. I'll be that's what I'm trying to say. And it's not dumbed down, but it's just more clear, more precise. I don't think it's a harmful tool. I think it's super important. And so it's a big shift from where I was, because I didn't always feel that way.
Yeah, okay, that jumps perfectly to the next question. How has your opinion changed since AI has been out?
Yes, I was very much in opposition of it originally. It was no, not going to use it, not going to do it. But I felt that way about technology in general as well, pre-COVID. And then when obviously COVID shifted everything to online, I was well, I guess now my teaching has to go online, so I'll just digitize all these documents and put it on Google Classroom. Like I was very old school, and now I feel like it's made my teaching like that much better. But I was very much in opposition of it, like I said, and was like, I'm not going to use it, and I'm going to be vigilant about students that do, and I'm going to like not like weave it into a part of my own teaching practices. But in a lot of ways, like it's become somewhat of an inevitability. And so I thought like, well, if we're gonna use it, then let's use it responsibly. Let's like train students how to be accountable and responsible for technology or AI use. And so I've gone to like a lot of professional development conferences. I'm usually the kind of person that's like, oh, this new AI thing came out that's like geared toward academia or education, and I'm like, let's try that. So I'll explore, experiment with new tools. I've actually led like professional development seminars like at the high school to be like, hey, I'm using this tool and I think we all should kind of use it. So I'm trying to be more at the like forefront of like doing the work to, again, try to frame it in like a responsible way, but I was not that way at all originally.
What are other challenges that you face as a teacher in regards to any technology?
Yeah, I mean, it's just about like, it's about framing like what the point of learning is, I think. Like a lot of these tools are shortcuts, and I'm not like of the mindset that everything that we do in this building is like so meaningful and so valid and so like this is going to be important to your life. I mean, I teach Macbeth, and I'm like, is the plot of Macbeth or understanding Macbeth going to be the most important? Probably not. But it's just about the like learning process. And so I think any technology that kind of like robs students of the ability to think is problematic, because ultimately that's what we're doing here, right? Is just to think critically for yourself, to like make claims and then defend claims with your own brain. And I think if we let technology do the thinking for us, then like this just becomes like a place of rule following. And that's just kind of like sad. I'm like, it's not about just following rules, it's about like growth. And I don't think you grow like by taking shortcuts. Like if you're not put in a situation in which you have to like sit there and think and like kind of deal with some sort of confusion, how do you get better? How do you grow? So I think that's just kind of my approach to technology, is like framing education in the right way to say like, it matters that we struggle here sometimes, and it matters that like you think for yourself, because you're gonna have to do that. Like, don't let the computer do it for you.
Big thanks again to Mr. Woolsey for letting us interview him today. I've been Abigail Bernowski. Back to you guys in the studio.